Radio used to break artists. Labels would spend six figures to get a song in rotation. You know what breaks artists now? A 15-second clip on a platform that didn't exist 5 years ago. Social media isn't optional for artists. It's not a distraction from your music. It is your music's primary distribution and discovery channel. The music industry gatekeeps information. The shift opens the gate. Welcome to the shift.
So you guys got distribution. That was episode 5. Your release campaign, which was episode 6. And now we want to talk about where in the heck does all that content go? What platforms really matter? What do you post? When do you post? How do you show up consistently without burning out or absolutely losing your mind? We get it, and we hear it from artists all the time. But let's be honest. Do you actually enjoy social media? Some of you are experts, and even still, how do you navigate the tension between a strategic plan and showing up authentically? It's not easy, but we get it.
You need to be where your audience is with intention. Here's the big 3 for music and what each one does.
That's right, Dre. Let's talk about YouTube. This is your discovery engine. It's the longest content lifespan of any current platform. Videos are searchable for years. YouTube is best for long form, like music videos, behind the scenes, vlogs. We love when artists do vlogs. And even short form video that we call shorts. YouTube content compounds over time. YouTube shorts should be treated like reels on IG. Post, comment, reply, develop your connection to your fan base. YouTube is part of your foundation.
And let's talk about Instagram, what I call the relationship platform. It's best for stories, daily connection, reels for discovery, and DMs for direct fan relationships. Not great for links, but great for visual brand building and staying on top of mind.
And let's just keep it real. This is a relationship business. You have to use IG. But please don't ever forget about TikTok. I know a lot of people want to be on the Clock app, but you're not sure how. Just remember that this is the virality engine. Highest organic reach of any platform. It's best for trends, authenticity, your little face videos, personality. Shortest content lifespan, but it's the highest discovery potential. If you post here regularly, you're going to build your reach.
So, follow me. Here's the hierarchy. YouTube builds your catalog. Instagram builds your brand. TikTok builds your reach. It's in that order of priority.
I agree with you, but let's do a deeper dive. Let me break down YouTube real quick. It's the only platform where content compounds over time, like we said, instead of disappearing after 24 hours, or like Reels kind of being irrelevant after a few months. But especially in the age of AI search, different than traditional SEO, fans are already using AI to discover music. And YouTube is one of the main sources that powers AI search. So a YouTube video from 3 years still gets views powered by modern connection. Okay, Dre, so which platform are you finding to be most valuable?
Well, for me, Instagram has been a solid platform. I know most artists complain about the algorithm, but when you're posting regularly, people will see your content. And the link in the bio, that removes the barrier to deplatforming to an email newsletter, a Discord, or any other community platform. So let me ask you, Evie, from a marketing perspective, where are you seeing the best ROI for indie faith artists right now?
I mean, honestly, there's no luxury for only focusing on one platform. But I see that most indie faith artists are missing the YouTube boat. You have to do all 3. And if you do, I promise you the ROI will be worth the time and the investment. But you really need to focus on YouTube. 1, to build out your financial stream, but also to build out audience globally.
Yeah, that's powerful. I love that. Listen, if you've ever stared at your phone thinking, what do I even post? This framework that I'm about to tell you solves that permanently. It's a 4 content pillar for a music artist. The first pillar, obviously, is the music. That should make up about 40%. It's clips, it's performances, it's releases, covers, snippets. This essentially is what you're selling. This is the product.
Right. And let me get into pillar 2. That's the story. This is about 30%. This is behind the scenes, the creative process, the struggles, the testimony, the studio sessions. This is what makes people care about your music, not just you or the song.
And that brings us to the value, which is pillar 3. It's about 20%. This is tips, teaching, inspirational things and devotionals, industry insights. This is what makes people follow you even when you're not releasing music.
Right. Pillar number 4. This is the person. This is the least percent, but I guarantee it's super maximum exposure. This is your personality, your humor, your daily life, your opinions, your real life moments. This is what makes people stay connected to you and not just your songs.
That is a good piece because the mistake that most artists make is that they post 90% music content and wonder why people are not engaging. People follow artists, they don't follow songs. And those other 3 pillars are what build the relationship.
Consistency beats virality every time. Posting 3 times a week for a year beats posting 3 times a day for a month and then disappearing off the face of the earth. The algorithm rewards consistency. Consistency compounds. Your audience rewards reliability. Let me talk to you a little bit about the marketing rule of 7. You post a version of the same clip of the same song in 7 different simple ways to build up your reach. I know this might sound a little crazy, but one super produced video can fall flat without an audience. You post simply 7 times, and I guarantee you're going to start to build a reach.
And then there's, of course, the batch method. Film 1 to 2 hours of content per week, and then you edit it into 5 to 7 pieces. You schedule them. You're not creating daily, you're distributing daily. And that's a big difference both mentally and practically.
Absolutely. I mean, we spoke about it in previous episodes. Batch your content. It makes all the difference.
Listen, I know some of you are thinking, I just want to make music, not content. And I hear you. I genuinely do. But here's the reality of the world we live in. You're not posting enough. But more importantly, you're not posting with purpose. Random posting is noise. Strategic posting is a megaphone. The difference isn't effort, it's a plan.
Absolutely, Dre. There has to be a content plan. Get with people who are more knowledgeable than you on this. You don't have to come up with it all. We see artists with half the talent and twice the reach simply because they show up with a plan every single week. Study them. See why it's connecting with you and see why it's connected with their fans. Dig into the comments and see what they're saying. So this week's assignment, let's work towards that tried and true marketing rule I mentioned, the rule of 7, with a bit of a simpler approach. This week's assignment is called the 5 and 5 challenge. Take your best song and create 5 different pieces of content. What you're going to do is post it 5 times this week. The first one could be a 15-second hook for Reels, Shorts, or TikTok. The second one could be a 60-second story behind the song, talking head video. A third one could be a quote graphic or the best lyric line or maybe even a comment from a fan. Number 4 could be a casual talking to the camera, talking about what this song means to you. And number 5 could be a raw clip of you performing it, walking in the street, sitting next to a tree, just singing the song. Post 1 per day for 5 days straight and watch the engagement, track it. You'll learn more about how your audience is responding to you in these 5 days than I promise you did the last year.
Ooh, I'm doing this challenge. Weepy. I'm telling you, this is challenging but simple. And you know what? Those of you that's listening on a high note, you need to do it too. And let's compare the results in this podcast in these comments. Let's do it. Listen, content gets you seen, but what happens when people actually like what they see? How do you turn a viewer into a fan and a fan into a supporter who shows up on release day? Episode 8, build the audience before you need it. This one changes everything because the most expensive mistake in music isn't a bad song, it's having no one to hear a great one.
Thanks for joining us here on The Shift. For the full annotated experience, make sure you head on over to High Note. And of course, if this episode shifted anything inside of you, you know what to do. Share with at least one artist friend and catch us again next Thursday here on The Shift.